Chemical manufacturing and process R&D operate in a high-stakes environment where precise control dictates both product viability and physical safety. Traditionally, the industry relies on manual batch sampling and discontinuous human monitoring to keep these reactions on track. Standard PID controllers track numerical data like temperature and pressure, but they only capture numbers, leaving them blind to the physical context inside the vessel. A senior chemist watches a reaction for specific physical cues, a sudden color shift, a change in viscosity, or the moment of phase separation. Basic telemetry sensors miss these events entirely. Relying on a human to perform manual spot checks creates severe delays. A deviation can trigger and escalate unnoticed between these manual sampling intervals. Achieving continuous autonomous control requires digitizing the qualitative physical intuition of a senior chemist. This brings us to the AI-powered Reaction Operations Assistant, built specifically to provide continuous batch oversight. This diagram shows the core architecture: traditional sensor telemetry streams on one side and live computer vision feeds on the other. They merge into AI logic nodes called tiny objectives. Through multimodal fusion, these micro-tools analyze physical data and live video simultaneously. Fusing this data allows the system to exert localized, deterministic control over highly specific moments in the chemical life cycle. The micro-tools act in concert to bridge the gap between abstract numerical readouts and the physical reality of the reaction. By embedding a virtual senior process chemist into the equipment, the architecture provides the high-fidelity documentation required for GMP compliance and consistent batch quality. This timeline maps out the full manufacturing life cycle. We begin at the first highlighted node, pre-checks and charging. Before any chemistry begins, the AI micro-tools execute a rigorous evaluation of the physical equipment. Computer vision evaluates the interior to verify the clean-in-place status of the reactor vessel, checking for lingering contaminants. During reagent and solid catalyst charging, analytical bounding boxes track the material as it drops into the vessel to validate the volume and sequence of the addition. This live visual validation serves as a direct countermeasure against human error during manual addition steps. At this stage, the AI operates as a safety gatekeeper, ensuring the baseline conditions of the batch are correct before initiation. Moving forward on the timeline, we hit the active reaction phase. This split visualization shows the dual data interface running. We have a time series graph tracking temperature, pressure, and RPM, parallel to a live camera feed of the liquid. The AI monitors this feed continuously, scanning for the onset of phase separations or subtle color shifts as the reaction progresses. Consider an unexpected deviation. Bubbles start forming on the liquid surface. The computer vision immediately isolates the foaming. The AI correlates this visual foaming with a simultaneous sub-threshold upward bump on the pressure line. Linking those two specific data points triggers a deviation alert. A standard pressure sensor alone would ignore that sub-threshold bump. It sounds the alarm minutes later, after the pressure breaches a dangerous limit. Because the AI detected the visual precursor, it issues immediate next-step process control guidance, such as adjusting the stirring rate to stabilize the reactor. Continuous multimodal fusion recognizes the early visual indicators of a runaway reaction, exactly as an experienced chemist would. After the reaction completes, the timeline advances to downstream workup, transferring material into a filtration unit. Here, the tiny objective system transitions its analytical focus from liquid fluid dynamics to solid-state monitoring. Visual analytics track the physical state of the material during workup and unloading. The AI evaluates the consistency of the solid filtration cake, ensuring proper physical separation has occurred. It continuously monitors the precise drying parameters to validate exactly when the final product is ready for packing. The AI architecture is designed to manage different physical states of matter within the same batch lifecycle. By extending oversight far beyond the reaction itself, the system verifies that the final packed product meets exact specifications. This is the complete lifecycle of the manufacturing process. Every sensor fluctuation, color change, and AI intervention has been continuously logged. This data repository is automatically compiled into a comprehensive GMP batch closure report with high-resolution video stills and sensor graphs embedded into the text. This provides regulatory auditors and quality assurance teams with time-stamped, verifiable proof of process. Proactive control is documented from the first equipment check all the way to final product packing. This technology represents the deployment of scaled analytical judgment. The Reaction Operations Assistant scales the safety, rigorous oversight, and precision of a senior process chemist across the entire manufacturing floor.